It was almost 1:30 a.m. The city streets were silent, shops closed, lamps flickering, and a cold wind whispering through the empty lanes. I had just missed the last train at the railway station and was walking home alone. There were no taxis, no people, only the echo of my footsteps. That's when, through the fog, I saw an old bus slowly approaching. Its headlights glowed weakly, cutting through the mist like dying candles. The board on top read, Midnight Service 13. I frowned. I'd never heard of such a route before. Still, desperate to get home, I raised my hand. The bus stopped with a low screech, and the door opened with a rusty creak. A tall, pale conductor stood at the entrance. His face looked drained of blood, eyes sunk deep, and his voice sounded hollow when he said, "Get in." I hesitated. "Where does this bus go?" He stared blankly for a moment and replied, "Where everyone must go." A strange chill went down my spine, but I stepped inside. Inside, the dim yellow lights flickered weakly. There were a few passengers silent, motionless, their faces lifeless like mannequins. No one looked at me. No one spoke. I found a seat near the window. The bus began to move, slow at first, then faster. But outside, there was nothing. No buildings, no signs, no streetlights. Only endless darkness. After a few minutes, I realized something strange. The bus kept taking the same turn again and again, looping through what seemed like an endless road. I leaned forward and asked the man sitting in front of me, "Excuse me, where's this bus headed?" He slowly turned his head toward me. His eyes were completely white, no pupils, no color. He smiled faintly and whispered, "You'll find out at the next stop." A shiver ran down my neck. I stood up and called the conductor. "Stop the bus. I want to get off." The conductor turned, his lips twisting into a grin. "This bus doesn't stop. Once it starts." The lights flickered and died. Only the sound of the engine, heavy, rhythmic, like a heartbeat, filled the silence. I could hear faint breathing around me, but no one was moving. Then suddenly, I felt something cold brush against my neck. I turned. The passenger beside me was staring right at me, but his face was now pale gray, and his mouth was open wider than any human could manage. Panicked, I ran toward the door. It wouldn't open. I hit it again and again. Nothing. The conductor began walking toward me. His eyes were now pitch black, and every step echoed like chains dragging on metal. "You shouldn't have boarded," he whispered. "You're not ready yet." I grabbed a metal rod from a broken seat and smashed the window. The glass cracked, but didn't break. I hit it again, harder this time, and the window shattered. Cold night air rushed in. Without thinking, I leapt out. The ground hit me hard, scraping my arm, but I was free. When I looked back, the bus was still moving, slowly disappearing into the fog. But I swear I could still hear the conductor's voice fading in the distance. "You escaped for now." When I woke up, it was morning. I was lying by the roadside in a deserted area I didn't recognize. My clothes were torn, my body bruised, and beside me lay an old, faded bus ticket. On it was printed a date, October 25th, 1998. My hands trembled. As I looked up, I saw that same old bus far down the road, vanishing into the fog once more. This time, the board on top read, Midnight Service 13, one passenger less. Some say that bus never existed. Some say it's been gone for over 30 years. But those who see it after midnight never see the morning the same way again. So, if you ever find yourself on an empty road past midnight, and a bus stops in front of you with faded lights and an old number 13, don't get on, because the midnight bus doesn't take you home. It takes you where the living don't belong. If you ever see an empty bus stopping for you after midnight, remember, not every ride reaches its destination. If this story sent chills down your spine, hit the like button, share your thoughts in the comments, and don't forget to subscribe to our channel, because the next story might begin on a road in your city.